Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 10 Royal Navy battleship, the Conqueror. And you can see my commander skills and upgrades on the screen. So I go for reload and dispersion in terms of upgrades. In terms of commander skills, I go for priority target, expert marksman, superintendent, concealment expert, fire prevention, adrenaline rush, and survivability expert. Because you see, I want to be an expert at survival. It's the obvious, ultimate commander skill choice for a battleship. Okay, I'm just joking. The reason I have Survivability Expert is because this is my Conqueror captain, and I think that Survivability Expert on the Conqueror is a viable choice instead of Basics of Survivability. But that's because the Conqueror has a super heal, and the Thunderer does not have a super heal, which is why I really would not like to have that Survivability Expert at this point, and instead would like to have some Basics of Survivability, please. Unfortunately, I can't make that choice while in the game. And perhaps this is why I might want to take Basics of Survivability even on my Conqueror captain, so I can share captains between the two ships. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to deal with it. Because if we're completely honest, this commander skill difference is going to be rather minor. It really shouldn't make much of a difference. Anyway, we're on the map Haven, and I spawned on the right side while being on the southern team, which usually isn't the greatest place to be for the southern team, because usually you don't want to fight on the right side of the map, because the enemy, as in the red team, tends to have more ships, which is the case here. So for those who are unaware, what's different between the Thunderer and Conqueror, by the way? The Thunderer doesn't have a super heal, but she has normal AP, that is AP that you can actually use to shoot battleships. So you are not really as much of an HE spammer as the Conqueror is. The Thunderer also has built-in the legendary upgrade, so you have the better concealment while keeping, or better maneuverability while keeping the concealment. This means that basically the Thunderer is fairly nice for using AP and being a better all-around ship, in my opinion, than the Conqueror, because you can actually fight the battleships and cruisers even when they show you a broadside. You can take advantage of them. Now, unfortunately though, the Thunderer still has the Conqueror's mediocre armor scheme. Okay, it's actually pretty weak if we're honest, and because you don't have a super heal, it's more difficult to survive things. However, I still enjoy her quite a bit because she's a battleship and she's actually fairly accurate for having 8 guns. Unfortunately, this also means that you need to, aim at targets. And you get stuff like this. I hit 7 out of my 8 shells on this Ibuki. However, all of them were over penetrations. Every single one, but that still meant I did 10k damage. Next up, I'm gonna take a shot on this Buffalo because I probably think she doesn't expect it and she is broadside on. I mean, she's far away enough, right? And she also is showing broadside. Unfortunately, my aim was rather poor, so I only hit the stern of the ship mostly. Next up, I'm gonna try to take a shot on the Buffalo again, but I lock on to other ships, so the Buffalo doesn't know that I'm aiming at her still. I see shells incoming, so I start turning in, and unfortunately the Buffalo manages to avoid all of my shells. So, something you want to do. I'm sure most of the experienced players are completely aware of this, but when somebody shoots at you, you want to maneuver in some way. You want to turn in, you want to turn out, you want to make some kind of a change. Well, provided that the shells come from far away, and they take a while to get to you. I use this damage control party immediately because I think the only ship firing HE at me right now is the Buffalo. So the chance of me being set on fire multiple times, as in 2 fires at once, is fairly low. And I don't want to have this one single runaway fire go for a long, or one single fire go for long, because I will still take the damage, right? So it's better to damage control it immediately. Because even if I get set on fire once again, but it's only one fire, it'll basically work out the same way. I start disengaging though, because the red team has slightly more ships over here. You have a Georgia, Izumo, a Key, Buffalo, Ibuki, Black, and apparently a Jean Bart is also coming in. So I do want to put some distance between me and the red team over here. Especially considering who is with me on here, on this flank. It's a Kagero, Fletcher, Buffalo, and Izumo. Izumo is basically the only ship that will also get spotted. Now, I pick a shot on the Key at this point, because Key is broadside, whereas Izumo isn't. And I had AP loaded, so I wanted a target that would be more broadside, because Izumo is one of the hardest ships to deal damage to with AP, at least when she's angled. I stopped firing for a while and turned my guns around because I was immaneuverable. I was unable to maneuver because somebody took out my rudder. But now that I can maneuver again, I have decided to fire again. Which is why we're spamming HE at that Izumo. Hopefully, wow, almost 7k damage. Hopefully we can take care of the Izumo or some of the other ships. But Izumo is the closest one, so she should be the easiest to take out. The game itself is going very well for our team. We've lost one ship, they've lost 4. We hold 3 of the 4 cap zones, although one of it is being contested right now. But still, it's in our control at the moment. Unfortunately, my shells were not able to hit the mark on the Izumo, so we'll try again. I probably should aim slightly higher, because it seems that my shells might fall short a little bit. But I'm hoping kinda that Izumo turns in. That's not exactly the damage I was looking for, but I guess every point of damage counts. 1500 HP, we really need to finish her off. I really would like not to, but I want to just make sure that she goes down, because she could potentially heal up and then she would become a problem again for us later. And there's a fire and there she goes. Excellent. Now, let's go in. Let's fire this HE shot on the Jean Bart, then swap to AP and start aiming at the Des Moines. Also, I'm gonna swing my turrets around, because the Des Moines could technically hide behind that island for quite a while, so I want a better angle. So I'm just gonna go closer. I mean, they don't have that many ships, right? The Georgia is running away. It's only a Des Moines and the Jean Bart, so it'll be fine. Especially since the Key has also run away. At least, that's what I'm thinking right now. And at some point around here, I notice, oh shit, they have a Kremlin that has over 80k HP. Yeah. I think that was the point where I realized that I screwed up. I really should not have turned in. Because I am the closest ship to the red team, and that's a nice finish off on the Des Moines. Didn't expect it, but I guess sometimes things work out. I need to turn away, and soon. But I need to do it in a way where the Kremlin doesn't sink me, because my broadside is open. The Citadel has been nerfed, as was the Conquerors, so that you can absolutely be settled. So I'm gonna wait until Kremlin fires her guns, then start a full turn away. She did, full turn away. And we need to go full speed, because we can finish the turn the fastest way when going full speed. HE on the Kremlin, because she is the ship that I'm most afraid of. 13,000 damage is quite incredible, and the fire. I damage on the fire this time not because I think I can't be set on fire again, but because I simply need to take the risk, like I'm taking with the turn. Kremlin's firing. That hurt, but it could have gone a lot worse. If I had started my turn even slightly later, that could have been my ship gone right there. And now we're going to just sail away, while sometimes bringing our front guns into the mix. Because if the Kremlin keeps coming closer like that, she will open up a better and better angle for me, and then my AP might be useful. Since the Kremlin was on fire already, I picked the shot on the Jean Bart instead. But now that the Kremlin doesn't have a fire in the middle, I'm gonna take a shot on her again. Now we did turn to bring the front guns into the mix, and now we turn back again. Back to AP now. I'm gonna wait a little bit on bringing my front guns around. And I'm going to use the AP, because she seems to be at a shallow enough angle that this could potentially deal a lot of damage. But I need to be safe and turn away because I only have 6k HP left and ooh, 41k damage. I will absolutely take that. My rear turret should be able to finish her off now. Oh, I'm down to 700 HP. I need that heal. 7 seconds. 700 HP. Come on, Kremlin, please go down. No, ho, ho. Only one overpen. Okay, heal is up. I'm healing. 2000 HP. Jean Bart shells are coming in. Kremlin misses. I still have 900 HP. Excellent. Kremlin fires again. I have 3000 HP. 4000. I survived with 1500 and Kremlin goes down. Excellent. By the way, did you notice that my HP went below how much HP Survivability Expert gives me multiple times during this fight? Meaning that without Survivability Expert, I most likely would have sunk there. At least 3 times. Which is obviously impossible, because you can't sink more than once, but still, Survivability Expert saved my bacon there. That's, yeah, I guess Survivability Expert can have its uses sometimes. Anyway, next up is the Jean Bart. We have about the same amount of HP. I switched HE because I expect the Jean Bart to turn in towards me, because I didn't quite realize that Izuma was where she was. It would have probably been better to fire AP at this moment, but HE should be good enough. Okay, 900 HP. She uses damage control party on the fire. So 9 seconds, 8, 7 on the gun reload, and that should finish the job. And that should also finish the game. And I think that's GG. And there she goes. What an amazing game. I mean, Survivability Expert saved my ship, even though I thought it was a terrible idea at first. But it saved my ship. And helped me finish off a Kremlin and a Jean Bart. 257k damage. 6 citadels, 4 ships sunk. And a nice 2385 base XP. I suppose I did fight some tier 8 ships a few times there, and tier 9s. But as you can see, the HE only added up to, what, 84k damage? Whereas the AP added up to 171k. And I only took 5 fires, and they added up to 22k fire damage. So that's not actually that bad. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, Qualhoth, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.